we will discuss about a very important topic now today, as because the king is asking the question, tell me about the Brahman, and I will give you 1,000 cows. So obviously, the rishi is very attentively giving the answer. Before that, let us begin with this. Please repeat after me. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. This Brahman is infinite. This universe is also infinite. This infinite universe comes out from the infinite Brahman. But taking the infinitude of the infinite, that is this universe, it remains as the infinite. Om, peace, peace, peace. Here the King Janaka, he wanted to know about the Brahman, and very directly he is asking this question. Again and again he is asking, because unless and until we understand Brahman, realize Brahman, then there is no mukti. If we realize God, we go to heaven, but that much. Again we have to come back. That is the problem. When we are going to heaven by performing some good work, it is an achievement. So obviously it has a limit. Suppose I study and then go for an university, get over there some studentship, but I complete, maybe 7 years, 8 years, but I complete though, then I have to come out. Then I get a job and I am continuing with the job, maybe 25 years, 30 years, then I get retirement. So every place when we go, we achieve that, acquire that through our merits. That's limited. Similarly, when you go to heaven by performing very good work, meritorious work, by distributing the food and clothing and helping people, praying, and all that, you go to heaven. But that is also the same way it will complete and we have to come back. So when we are coming back to this world, to this earth, again the same thing goes on in repeating. So that is the problem. And we want to know the Brahman. What is that Brahman? This is a very special question. Again and again it has been asked in almost in every Upanishads. And the answer has been given in many different ways. And they wanted to take us up to the heaven, but after that it was so difficult for them to narrate, because you are not doing anything, just understanding that much. Now someone perhaps, sometimes the story comes and that a boy was lost in the jungle and he grew up among the animals and he was behaving like the animals like that. Suddenly someone told him, hey, you're a human being, you won't believe it. He'll be behaving as he was behaving with the animals. So slowly, you have to give him the conviction you are a human. The moment he realizes that I am human, how he is realizing? Just thinking. Is he getting back something from outside? Something that human attitude or anything? Nothing. He was human, but he was thinking that I am animal because of the association. Same thing happened here too. Because of the association, we are thinking that we are human beings, though we are Brahman, all-pervading consciousness. And as a human being, I have seen that people should have some property, some this, some that, and human society has some category, so I must achieve those things, otherwise I am losing the respect in the human society. All these things we are going on repeating as that boy who lost in the jungle was behaving in the animals. Please don't mind, I am giving the example. That he was thinking that I have to have some power, as that tiger is having the power. Because of the tiger, everybody is afraid. I must also have some physical power so that everybody should be afraid of me as they are afraid of the tiger. So it's the same thing. Here in human being, I am thinking I should be the President of America because that is the most prestigious position. I can control over everything. And we are running for the opportunity, competing, here and there. In India now, people are mad. So they have to have the position. Then afterwards, what? So this is after 5 years, again, they will have to go door to door waiting for the boat. So if we achieve in this way, go to heaven, again come back, become human, and goes on in this way in the circle. Why? Association. And what is the association? Maya. And what is the Maya? It's covering the truth and superimposing something completely different. So when I see the advertisement, they'll be saying that, oh, summer is coming and you have time, you have money, come to this place, look at this, people are going down to the ocean, it's a beautiful, clear water with a snorkel, you can go down, catch a fish, so many things are going. Because they need the people to go. So advertisement. So we are attracted. Many people immediately booking. They are going over there. Then afterwards they are coming back, or not that much anyway. But this way it goes on. And trekking, some people they love trekking. They're without any food, without water, they're walking. Sometimes people are climbing, and by seeing that, we also try to be like that. Those who are born in Africa, growing up in Africa, they like to achieve something that they have seen over there. Those who are here in America, they like to achieve something that they have seen. So association, that is very important. That is very important. What is the association should be? Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, Sadhu Shanga. And that is the eternal teaching, association. Now the question is, if you are not interested to go beyond the circle of birth and death, if you are happy with this life, you need not to do anything. Enjoy the life. No problem. But when you feel, no, this is enough. So many times I have come and I have seen again and again and again and again, the same thing is going on happening. It is not necessary. Then that period is called, that mentality is known as mumukshuta. The Sanskrit, beautiful word. Mumukshu, mumukshuta. The desirous to know the truth, to go beyond the circle of birth and death, and to become completely liberated, free from the bondages. So that is called mumukshuta. This point, from this journey begins. This Janaka, he was a king, and he studied all the scriptures. He knew all those, but he was not confident that he has realized the Brahman. Of course he didn't realize, otherwise he would not have asked the question. When he is asking the question means there is a doubt. And when there is a doubt, it's not fulfilled, it's not complete. So the first thing that we have to understand that this association of the world are five. What are the five associations? Rupa, Rasha, Shabda, Sparsha and Gandha. The first is the sight, beautiful, and the sound, the taste. Like these 5 organs are there, they get associated, and I am influenced by that. And by that way, I get, no, I should be like this, I should be like that. If you have noticed, in Middle East, I visited quite a few times, the people, they like to wear the dress like that, the jabba, as they call. And they'll put the cover like this, and the white dress, and the 3 turban over here, 3 band, and that is also stages are there. Not all can put the same band. So these are only reserved for some type of people, but they handcuff of that. And if they come to America, that dress will be very peculiar. What I'm wearing actually. Sometimes some people, they may say, oh, it's a wonderful Halloween dress. Very Halloween dress. I'm the king of that and that. So they say Halloween dress. So like this. Association. I'm again and again trying to bring this point. That when we are associated with some people, some society, some type of practices, we get entangled to that. But when you go away from that, no, it is not necessary. When we first joined in the Ramakrishna mission, and we used to think when we will put on the Gerua cloth, because that was the great thing, the Gerua cloth, and all we are white, and when we will get the Gerua cloth? 10 years, and we were so humble. Anybody telling anything, seniors, we were always very humble, because if he gives any against remark, you know, when they sell the product, the 5-star, so always used to have the 5-star. No, they should not. And then after putting on the Gerua, putting the chart like this, then we will go. Other people say, why you are wearing like this? Everyone is having the shirt and pant and coat and tie. We are like this. So, association. When you are in the association of the sannyasis, you become like that. Association of other people, you become like that. That means we are carried out by some traditions, some practices. I am not of myself, isn't it? I am of myself. That is the first step. That's the first thing. I should think, yes, I have judged and I have seen everything is changing and nothing is permanent, and I am not getting permanent happiness, permanent joy, so I must do within us. And for that, obviously, the traditional, the Vedantic way we discussed. What? The 3 stages. What are the 3 stages? Jagrat, Shapna, Shushupti. And you know these terminologies. That is Jagrat, we are awakened, and then body, mind, and Chetana, consciousness is functioning. Swapna, our body is absent, but the mind and consciousness is active. Then Susupti, we go beyond the dream. When we are not dreaming, then what is happening? Body is absent and the mind is also absent. That proves the consciousness. Even when there is no body, when there is no mind, there is consciousness. Sometimes people they ask, after death what happens? What will happen? That consciousness, that will be floating somewhere there. Consciousness is there, it never dies. So obviously that consciousness is proved by these 3 avastha traya. Traya means 3. Avastha means condition. Jagrat, Shapna, Shushupti. And that consciousness proves that it is source of joy. Why? After the dreamless sleep, when you come back, you always feel happy. Oh, I have rested. And now my sleep, I had a wonderful sleep, dreamless sleep. And in the dream, if you see the different type of things are coming that you don't like, you are tired of seeing the dream. Though not physically, but Physically also you are affected. When you get up, you see that you're perspiring, though it was only a dream. So the body and mind get the connection. But when you don't see the dream even, then you are in that. So he is indicating, your that self is the Brahman. Look at this. We are all Brahman. We are all conscious. Now one of our Swami told, you are Brahman, in such a way that gentleman left the job and he started thinking, I am Brahman, why should I work? It will be difficult then. His wife was very clever. She immediately took up the job and said, well, you continue, then at least I have to maintain the family. It's truly it happened. So without understanding clearly when the people are thinking that they can, no, that is very, very difficult. One cannot. So this is the thing we have to understand. We are Brahman. But are we ready to understand that? So when we are thinking that I am Brahman and I have to realize that, and this word is called the very great sentences, Mahabhakya. Bhakya means sentence. And a complete sentence, how? Only few words. Ayam Atma Brahma. This Atman, the self that is within you, is Brahman. So Mahabhakya. Why Maha the great? Why on that word, thinking on that, meditating on that, practicing on that, you realize Brahman. Ayam Atma Brahma. The four Mahabhakyas are there in the Hindu tradition. They say, Prajnanam Brahma. The consciousness is Brahman. They are clear. Consciousness that is within us, that is Brahman. Prajnanam Brahma. In the Rig Veda it is there. Then Aham Brahmashmi. I am that Brahman. So that is the decision. It is a consciousness is Brahman. It is instructive. It is instruction. But here, Aham Brahmashmi is realized. I know that I am. So, Aham Brahmashmi, and this is in the Yajurveda. And then third, Tattvamasi, instruction. So that Tattvamasi in the Samaveda. And Ayam Atma Brahma in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Atharva Veda. This Atman is Brahman. Ayam Atma Brahman. These four, the Mahabhakyas are there. You know, when Shankaracharya, he actually made the whole Hindu sannyasis divided in 10 groups. And 4 mata. Mata means the center. And 4 different corners of India. And he gave one Mahabhakya to practice for one group. Our group, Puri group, we got this Mahabhakya, Aham Brahmashmi. And our sannyasa is Paramahamsa sannyasa. Other sannyasis, they are supposed to carry a stick. Because that stick is there, not God, the ideal. That they won't forget. But the Paramahamsa sannyasis, they don't carry anything. Not even the dress also. Swami Vivekananda put on the trousers and coat. There's no problem. This is because of that. Others won't be able to do. So these stages are there. Paramahamsa sannyasa is most highest. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Paramahamsa. Why Paramahamsa? Is the swan, the great swan. And is floating on the water, but not getting wet by the water. The Paramahamsa sannyasi should be like that. It is the ultimate. They are living in the society, mixing with the people, visiting their houses, taking their food, but they are still pure. Why? They have reached over there, Aham Brahmashmi. That Aham Brahmashmi, that realization, that is the ultimate. Otherwise, they would shun. No. You only give this Atman, this Ayam means not only this body. So the Rishi, Yajnavalkya, he is explaining, this means everything. The Rishi gives a big intellect, mind, vital forces, eyes, ears, then say earth, water, air, then with desire, without desire, with anger, without anger, and dharmamaya, with righteousness, without righteousness. Then finally he concludes, sarvamaya, everything is Brahman. So this is Hinduism. It never excludes, it's all inclusive. The moment you exclude, hey, you don't belong to us, you are not a Hindu. I was listening to an interview, one of the Shankaracharyas, he was very correct. He was telling it is all inclusive. He was very correct. He practiced the Vedanta, obviously. So inclusive, everything should come. I don't know whether you have read that beautiful poem of the Rabindranath. And he also says, come, 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 anyone. The cultured, uncultured, these, that, whoever comes. Why Bharata Tirtha? But this is India, that is the most holy place. Everyone comes here and mingled into this, flow into this. This is the unique conception. It says everything, Sarvamaya is the Brahman. Some people are bad people, they behave, but where from they have come? They have also come from the same source. Now, how I will behave with him, behave with that is a different thing. That is a very practical way you have to behave. Otherwise, as a tiger is also the same God, shall I go and embrace the tiger? I read long back, one young man, of course he was drunk a lot, and then he was lost that mental consciousness. He thought saw a tiger in the zoo, and he thought this is the carrier of the Mother Durga. He wanted to put some flower on tiger, and tiger also very lovingly embraced him. But luckily, the tiger was not actually, he gets the ready-made food, not like this. So it was not knowing how to catch a food and use. So by that way he was saved. Other people, the way the guards, they way somehow saved him. Now, shall we behave like that? No, it's a very practical way. We have to understand. Bad people, we should be away from his companion, their companion. Because their thought waves are different, not coming to me properly. So I should not. So he says everything. Jivatma, or the individual self, is the transmigrating substance. And this is Brahman. The Jivatma that is within me, on intellect, on buddhi, and mind, all the thoughts and actions, it is going and giving the impression. When I die, it carries that. And in the Bhagavata, it says that there are 5 forces are there inside us. The Vayu, Panchavayu. What is the Panchavayu? Prana, Udana, Samana, Vyana, etc. This Udana Vayu, it remains inside our bones, and particularly, and when I am dying, it comes, takes the mind with it, and goes away. That is the job of the Udana. So this is the way it functions. Prana, that helps us to take the breathing and inhaling and exhaling. That is the prana. Then the samana, that keeps the body equally, and digestion, etc. This is the different works they do, same prana. But this udana takes our mind and goes out. Where it will go? According to the desire. According to my desire, that is in the mind, I go. But my carrier is the Udana Vayu. So I will be floating, sitting somewhere, and then I'll be choosing where I should go. And this is the way they go. You know, some people, they were appreciating, and in India, in southern India, the beautiful temples are there, architectures are there. A few, the white people, they went from Europe, and they were appreciating it. Ma Sharadamani Devi, hearing their appreciation and noticing them, she commented, because she could see the past, present and future. She immediately mentioned, that these people constructed this temple. Now they have come from the foreign land to appreciate it. See? Now, when we think that I belong to this country, I belong to that country, it's all funny because you are constantly changing your places. Today you are here and then tomorrow you'll be somewhere there because you like to live in that place, you take the birth in that place and it goes on like this. According to your desire. So one must be very, very careful about desire. What I like to be. So this is very important and Jivatma goes. This truth revealed only after the realization. Before realization we don't understand. Of course, our regular experiences we know, we don't realize that we are Brahman. We don't realize that we are Brahman. Even those who are trying to be holy people, trying to realize God, they also make mistakes. Because they are not convinced that those who have realized, they will never make any mistake. Like the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharada, Swami Vivekananda, and the people like that. They have realized it and they will never make any mistake. You know that Swami Vivekananda, when returned back to India, as some of the Pandits, the Sanskrit scholars, they came to debate with him in Sanskrit. Because usually in those days, it was natural that a monk should speak in Sanskrit. He may speak in his mother tongue, but all the study and the debating should be in Sanskrit. So they came and challenged Swami Vivekananda that you should have to talk with us in Sanskrit. Swamiji, he knew very good Sanskrit. He has composed so many songs also. But he was here, constantly speaking English. You know, when you are practicing some language, the other languages go a little down. You don't find the proper, the wordings and all that. But Swamiji accepted the challenge and they went and sat. One of his direct, Sri Ramakrishna's direct disciple, brother disciple of Swami Vivekananda, he ran to the shrine and was praying to Thakur. Noreen was for many years, he was in America and Europe, he spoke only in English. He made some mistake in Sanskrit grammar. Please save him. So this is called love. So this Swami, he never visited the foreign country. He was not unknown and Swami Vivekananda was so popular, but no jealousy. Look at it. No jealousy at all. He was so happy that Noreen is successful. Vivekananda is successful. When these people came to challenge him, he went. Swami Vivekananda didn't ask him. Out of his love for his brother. How it comes? Well, I am also Brahman, he is also Brahman. The Lord wanted him to be successful in this way, so that people get enlightenment. That is his job, not my job. This is called realization. When you have realized there is the narrow-mindedness, nothing. And will never ever criticize anyone. Only one thing will remain, that is love. If someone says, I have realized God, how you will understand? He must show in his behavior that he is same-sighted and he is not having any desire. Completely free from all desire. If he is having the desires, selfish desires, fulfilling his own thing, that means he has not realized God. He may quote from the Sanskrit verses, no. So it says in this way, this truth revealed only after the realization. Before that, the self, apparently get attached with the intellect and the sense organs. In this ignorant condition, what we do, that result comes. Ignorant condition, we are Brahman. No doubt about it. But we are ignorant about it. So always, whatever we are doing, we are not using that knowledge of the Brahman, making some mistake, and we have to suffer, or we will get the benefit of doing good things. That means result of action is valid for you, for us. Yatha kari, yatha chari, tatha bhavati. Yatha kari, yatha, kari means whatever you are doing, and yatha achari, whatever you are practicing, good or bad, tatha bhavati, result will be that. Now the question comes, I am a Brahman, whether I understand it or not. But then, where from the karma phala comes? I am Brahman, I am free. Then where from the karma phala will come? That is giving here. He said that unless you have realized it, and the moment you realize it, there will be no mistake. You can never do any mistake. That is accepted. And second step, I am Brahman, but I don't know it. I have not realized it. Only I have heard about it. So that moment, in that ignorant condition, whatever you do, good or bad, that will be. So today's topic was, as you sow, so you reap. Whatever you do, that result comes. So we should be careful. That is the karma phala. The karma phala, even though in reality we are Brahman, but the karma phala is active because we have not realized it. As long as the desire remains in the mind, so long the process of transmigration goes on. Kamayamana iti nu. Kamayamana, kama, the desire is there, then the transmigration will continue. And considering this doubt, Rishi says, Yatha ya atmakamaha, aptakamaha, nishkamaha, akamaha, akayamanaha. If these qualities are there, you are free. What is that? Atmakama. Object of desire is only the self. I want only God and nothing else. Mere to giridhari lal, dusra na koi. As one great sage told, the lady sage, she used to sing in this way, I only want that God, the giridhari, that means the Krishna. I don't want anybody else. Mere to giridhari lal. Hanumanji said, only Ramachandra. I don't care for anyone else. That's why the Krishna, he was sitting, and then suddenly he saw the Hanumana is coming, and immediately he said he said that you should take the form of the Sita, and I should take the form of Rama. And the Hanumana knows that Rama Sita as we are, that's Rama Sita, as a Krishna. He said, no, Hanumana likes to see Rama. He knows it, but he'll be very happy seeing me as a Rama. So that is the dualistic way. When we go, we love, but love only one person, and we think only that. So he said, up to kama. Those who are following the path of knowledge, only self, only Atman, only Brahman, with only the consciousness. Up to kama, Atma and apta. Up to kama, object of desire being realized. I have realized it, I am satisfied. Nishkama, whom desires have left. Akama, without desire. Kama means desire. Akayamana, one who has no craving. No craving. Now if you read the biography of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, you will find all these present in one person. No kama, no desire, complete. And what happens? He is a Brahmagyani. So who is a Brahmagyani? Anyone can claim, but no, you have to fulfill these. Apta kama, atma kama, nishkama, akayamana. All these things should be in your character. Then it will be, people will understand that. Those who have read the biography of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, you know that there was a meeting of the greats, the Pandits. They were, all the scriptures they knew, the Sanskrit scholars. So they sat to discuss whether Sri Ramakrishna's behavior is a lunatic behavior or he is an avatar. So where from they got all this? And they noticed it. Each and everything in his life. He is aptakama. He is akama. And like that, everything fulfilled. Then they declared, he is an avatar. Of course, Sri Ramakrishna, he was present in that debate. Because some people were countering, no, it cannot be. Then one lady saint was there, Vairavi Brahmani, and she was going on quoting from the scriptures. See, in this scripture it says like this, and Brahmagyani's behavior should be like this, and everything is present in his character. How can you deny it? He said, yes, that's true. So this is the way he was proved. Because Sri Ramakrishna never cared for that. You say it's okay. And as long they are going on discussing, he was nudging the other person sitting by his side. Have they concluded? What do they think? Am I an avatar or not? So for him it was a fun, because he knew who he was. So that is the way we have to, Tasya pranana utkramanti, his prana, that means his life, never goes to another body. Brahma evasan, Brahma apnoti, being Brahman itself, he merged in Brahman. So that is the final thing. We merged in Brahman. Rishi, again, repeating to confirm this. Yada sarve pramacchante kama tasya hridi srita atham marta amrita bhavati tatra brahma samutprade. The Brahma samutprade, there the Brahman only revealed. Where? Where there is no desire in the mind. Yada sarve pramuchyante kama. So desire is the main bondage. This is the problem. Desire is the main bondage. And it says that if there is a small thread jutting out, little, it won't pass through the eye of the needle. Those who stitches, they know. A little thread coming out, it won't allow to pass through the needle, eye of the needle. Similarly, a little karma is there. No, you cannot pass through that. So we complain, but look at yourself. There's a desire is there. And sometimes we have to note it down. We should have a very, very personal diary, and we should note it down. Today, this type of thoughts crossed my mind. Today, this type of thoughts. And if you go on writing every day before going to bed, they will find that common thoughts are passing every day in your mind. So point out that and eradicate those things. Every time this type of thoughts are visiting me, then you have to make it the red circle. These are my problem. I have to eradicate. So this is the way you have to eradicate all those wrong things from your thoughts. It's not, how can you go on? Because it is your own thought. Because your guru won't be able to help. Scripture won't be able to help. They're only guiding from distance. But it's you that like to. So you have to fight to realize the Brahman. The achievement is great. The moment you get that, what happens? You become the master of everything. Then if you want to be the Indra, the god of gods, you can become. But the problem again, you have to come back. Because Indra also is a position, and that is also limited. And after one's yuga, you have to come back. But if you want liberation, you are liberated. And this, they say, yada sarve pramuchyante kama. Because the bondage is only desire. And the desire, mainly three types. Lokaishana, putraishana, vittaishana. Vitta means the wealth. Ishana, desire. I must have this property, this, that. That is first desire. Then putraishana, progeny. And finally, lokaishana. The people should appreciate. That is the appreciation. Now, mostly the monks, After practicing meditation and all, the first two they overcome. But lokoishana is the most difficult thing. The lokoishana, if you have shown a little power, magical power they say, but actually it is yogic power, the yogic power, if you are showing, immediately there will be big line and people will be coming. And the powerful political people, kings, they will come and they will threat you. If you are not doing it, I will punish you. Another problem. So if you have that, that is also the problem. It says you have to give up all desires. When a person realizes the self as I am it, I am it. I means the self and it also the self, I became one. Then Atmanam chet vijaniyat ayamasmi iti purushaha. What else desire can be left? The moment one realizes the Brahman, there can never remain any desire in his mind. Again, I will request you to refer to the biography of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. You will find there, now and then, he is going into trance, and then he is saying to himself, I like to drink water. To whom he is saying? I like to visit him. I like to eat this. This is very peculiar. Those who don't know, when they will be reading, hey, what is it? Why he is telling like that? Actually, he is trying to develop a desire so that his minds come down. Our mind is full of desire. It cannot do. Even if you are going on taking the name 10,000 times, it is so heavy, your craft cannot lift. So it cannot fly. So many desires. So you have to drop those desires. Then you have to make Brahman. But Sri Ramakrishna's mind was so light, he had to create a desire so that it comes down. And that's why he used to say, I like to meet him, is a desire. I like to talk to him. I like to visit that place. I like to eat this thing, that thing. You'll be creating the desire. Look at his pure mind. So without desire is a pure. The symbol of self-realization. What? Yada etam anupashyanti atmanam devam anjusa. Directly, anjusa. When you are realizing devam, that effulgent person, that means Atma, then yada evam, when one anupashyanti sees or realizes Atmanam, the self, which is effulgent, full of happiness, full of joy. And directly, then Ishanam Bhuta Bhabhyascha Natato Bijugupshate. Bijugupsha means criticize. So the characteristics. First it says, this is the Brahman, Brahman, Brahman. What is Brahman? Yourself is the Brahman. Then you say, oh, I have realized it. No. Then the other day means almost 2 years before, I think, the one lady came and she told, I have realized Brahman. What next? After Brahman? But anyway, I don't know. In scripture it is no description. After Brahman, what you want, that is not there in the Upanishads. I don't know. So our knowledge goes only to this, up to Upanishad. Beyond Upanishad, we don't know. So what is Brahman? She was meditating perhaps, and in meditation her mind became very calm. So that joy, and she thought she has realized Brahman. Of course, the happiness, the joy, but that directly when you see, what happens? First, you are fulfilled with all desires. The list is there. Apto kama, atmo kama, akama, like that. Again it says, very interesting, you'll never be able to criticize anyone. See? If you have realized the God, if you have realized the Brahman, you cannot criticize anyone. How can you criticize? Because you see that Brahman in every being. You cannot criticize. So Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's guru, and he was meditating, that they call it dhuni. Dhuni means a fire, they will light a fire and they will sit before that, they meditate. Fire means a little bit of protection from the animals, and at the same time little warmth. The outside they are meditating. Then a person came and he was a smoker. So he wanted a little fire to light his the cigarette. And he saw that fire, so much of fire is there. So he took a little portion from there. And now this Ramakrishna's guru, he was the Vedantin guru, Totapuriji. He jumped on his feet and said, "Hey, you rascal, you are using my holy fire for that?" And he chased him. Sri Ramakrishna ran after him and clapping his hand and said, "Is this your Vedanta? Is this your Vedanta?" That means you have forgotten everyone is pure. How can you think in that way? So this is very important teaching. If you have realized Brahman, you cannot criticize anyone. Sri Ramakrishna's guru was perfect, but at the same time, not 100%. It is Sri Ramakrishna, is the God himself, who perfected his own guru. He liked his guru. He loved his guru. He perfected him. You see how? And he said, as long as you are in the body, you are under the Maya. So be careful. Be very, very careful. Once you have realized the Brahman doesn't mean that you have realized. In this country, we have seen, even you are a doctor, after a year or two, I think, I don't know, that you have to approach again to prove that you are. And you're a driver, but again, after a few years, you have to go and prove that you are a good driver. Everything is okay. So every time you have to prove. But for a monk, there is no proof. Once you become a monk, you are a monk. No. You have to prove that you are progressing. How? Love. And if you criticize anyone, there are great, great scholars I have seen. They criticize others. Why? Because they think, oh, all defects are there, all defects are there. But they forget the perfection is not there in him. The basic thing, if you have realized Brahman, you cannot criticize. Now, those who read the biography of Ma Sharada Mani Devi, you must be remembering the great teaching of Ma Sharada. And she told, don't criticize anyone. Rather, think that everyone is your own. We should remember again and again that when we live together in a family or in an ashrama, there are varieties of people, different mentalities. All they are coming and they are giving little for Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. I can give little more because I have this strong body, but others may bring little. Swami Ranganathanandaji, he was very strong. So they used to bring the drinking water from a far away place. In the Belur Mount, there was no drinking water. The Ganga water was there, but that you cannot drink. But they used to go far away to bring almost like 2-3 miles. And he used to bring big jars on his shoulder. But others used to bring little, but Ranganathanandaji never criticized them. He said, see, all of us now fulfilling the whole big trunk of the drinking water tank was there. So we are putting that, all our contribution. Always he said that. This is way I can give more, they also get little, what is there? And the same, we get the story of in Ramayana. The squirrels, they were bringing a little bit of sand and to fulfilling in the bridge that they were making. And the huge bodies, these monkeys, they were laughing at them. Hey, what you are doing over here? Go away. So, but and someone kicked one, because they were jumping here and there. So one Hanumana, not our Hanumana, that one of the Vanaras, kicked one, and he fell at the feet of the Rama. They said the story. Rama took it, and his holy finger touched that body. And that's why, I don't know, I don't find over here, there are American squirrels. But the Indian squirrels, they are having some 5 lines on the body. Maybe they got the touch of Rama. So, but the stories are like that. Your contribution may be little, but you are contributing, that is the main thing. So you love that. So no criticism. So then what we get first, what is my goal? I should decide. And this is the goal, to reach over there, all desire should be given up. That is my practice. And when I give up the desire, I give up every desire. How I will know that I have realized Brahman? First, within me there will be a lot of joy, happiness. And I will never want anything in this world. Anything. And I won't be able to criticize anyone because I won't see anything which is wrong, nothing. Sometimes to rectify this, as Narendranath was singing, and that day all big people from Calcutta, they came. So Narendranath, young boy of 17, 18 years, so he was little concerned. So these big people are sitting, I should be careful to sing. That day he didn't sing for God, he sang to satisfy these people. Sri Ramakrishna immediately noticed, today I didn't like your song. Why? You were singing for human being, but not for God. And when you sing for God, you forget who is sitting, who is listening, and who is doing what. That is the prayer. The song should come out as a prayer. And that God loves. And it says this, when in this body one realizes Brahman, in this body, when one realizes Brahman, manasai eva anudrashtabhyam, through mind. Now, this is the last question I will deal with. They say, how I will realize or understand that this man has realized Brahman? The first, he is not criticizing anyone because he loves everyone. Now the question is, where that realization should be? Because in my body, the body is there, I cannot realize in body. So this must be in the mind or in the intellect, where it will be. The answer is, it is in the mind. We realize in the mind. But they say, no, that cannot be. In the scripture it says, natatra chakshu gacchati, na bhag gacchati, na mana. Here, in that realization of the Brahman, that chakshu, the eye cannot reach there. You cannot see this with this eye. Bhag, you cannot explain about that. And the mind also cannot think about that. Now you are thinking and saying that mind realizes Brahman, how it is possible? Then in reply he said, of course it is true, but Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, these are the three practices one should practice. Friends, it's the Jnana Marga. So Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, these are the three practices. They don't worship. Those who are following the path of Jnana, they don't worship. The other day one American gentleman came and he told, I don't like Rishikesh thing. Rishikesh does every day, the Arati. He was telling, I like the song, but not the way he is doing. Then I was explaining what actually he was doing. He was not understanding why the light, why the conch, why a small cloth like this. So I explained, and oh, that is good. And now you like it. Because you don't know, so obviously you cannot like it. If you know, you will like it. That is the approach in the dualistic way. But in the path of knowledge, you don't do that. Only Sravana. Now you are listening. I am Brahman. My this self is Brahman. Who said? Yajnavalkya. He said that I am Brahman. And how can I realize that? By giving away all our desires from the mind. How I will understand that I have successful in realizing the Brahman? I will see Brahman in every being. I won't be able to criticize anyone. Rather, I will love everyone. So that is the final. And where I will realize it? In the mind. But how the mind it will be? Because they say mind also cannot understand that huge, great, all-pervading Brahman. But not this mind. It is a pure mind. How the mind will be purified? Sravana, listening, manana, and cultivating constantly, brooding over that, nididhyasana, through meditation. I am Brahman. I am Brahman. So like that they will be going on meditating, and then finally they will feel, as the Shankaracharya, he said, Mano buddhi ahankara chittani naham nacha sotra juve nacha grana netre. Like that he goes and says, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. That he will feel. So and Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, Tini Shuddha Mone Gochar. Tini, that God or the Brahman, Shuddha Mon. What is the Shuddha Mon? Pure mind. Mind without worldly desire. Pure mind. What is Ashuddha Mana? Mind with worldly desire. That much. So this Shuddha Mune Gocha, the mind becomes free from worldly desire, you can realize God. And they say, Neha Nanasti Kinchana, that they see as many. When you see many, you cannot realize God. When you see one, then you realize that Brahman. The one in everything. Everything, nothing but the one. And as a beautiful word they have mentioned, Mohan Ajaha. Aja means it never takes birth. And Mohan, the great one. That way he said that, and then immediately the king was very happy and he said, I will give you 1,000 cows. The Yajnavalkya, after narrating this, he said 1,000 cows. So someone was telling, you have given the title, that is, as you sow, so you reap. And in those days, do you think they were cultivators? Actually, what they were? Of course they were, because the king, Janaka, he went to plow a land and they found that beautiful little girl, someone left over there, that is Sita. And Sita means, that the iron, the steel plate of that they use for cultivation, that is called Sita. That is the Sita she got there. Of course, they were there. And kings also used to go and perform in that way. Thank you, friends. We gave the wonderful conception of the society and also the knowledge. And this is the truth we must understand. Slowly, slowly, sanai sanai uparame buddha driti grihitaya. Suddenly don't give up. It is not possible. But slowly, slowly try to give up. I love my son so much. I love my daughter so much. Such a little. Then I am reducing. They are grown up. They will take care of themselves. I need not to take every day. And like that, slowly, slowly we are withdrawing. The same way in the world, wherever my mind goes out and get entangled, you withdraw that slowly, slowly, and ultimately it is only one, that is me, and you alone have come in this world, and we will go alone from this world. So this is the truth, though not very palatable though, but that is the truth. And for that we should get prepared. Give up desire, nothing else. You get that joy. Thank you. And let us say Shanti 3 times. Any question?
First question is by SM. Brahman is without karma or guna. Then how is the reflected consciousness attached to karma? How do we have gunas through the reflected consciousness?
When we were discussing that particular point, as long as we are ignorant about that, so long the karma phala will go. I am Brahman, but I don't know it. So obviously the karma phala. Now the young boy who was born and brought up in the jungle, when he came to the human society, they kept him in a cage like the animal. Because when they are keeping him inside the room, he is breaking everything. So they had to put him inside a cage. I think you have seen that movie, I've forgotten the name. So that inside the cage he was. Similarly, he was a human being, but inside the cage, kept like as a tiger they keep like that. Why? Though he was human being, he was not aware about it. But when he became aware, slowly, he became a human being. Like the Tarjan, also the same background story. All those stories. And we also, as long as we are ignorant about our divinity, which is there inside, karma phala acts. Thank you.
Next question by Sadika. Pranam Swamiji. What I will do when I'm back to India? I almost run to Kamarpur. I feel restless otherwise. I know Thakur is always with me. So what I will do?
Then she goes to Kamarpur and she'll be happy. Well, good. That's good. That's the most holy place. If you go and find joy, happiness there is very good. And you should pray, pray and pray. Thakur is everywhere, but his presence in Kamarpur, of course, it is there. And pray, pray, pray. That will be. Only going and visiting and taking some snaps and photos and that one. The prayer is the main thing. Thank you. Okay. So, any questions from here? Yes.
Swamiji, this is a reference to what you just said, that we should criticize anybody. So as part of our job, our day-to-day living, we deal with a lot of people, right? We as managers, we have several people reporting to us. It is our job to criticize them, provide them feedback for their own betterment. Whether it is our own children, our employees, our team members, it doesn't matter. Some point in time, some form, we criticize people, positively, negatively, constructively, whatever it is. But when I perform that, am I creating bad karma for myself?
No.
How am I supposed to?
No. I think you have hard this question. In the what field you have to criticize someone because they are not perfect, and children also, when they are growing up, we have to not criticizing, perfecting them. So we have to rebuke them. But that is not the criticism mentioned over here. Here they criticize those, even they are very good people, but these people have the habit of criticizing everyone. So they find faults with everyone. So they cannot realize God. But you are not doing that. Personal level, you don't have any grudge with that person. Working under you, he must be perfect. If he is not perfect, obviously you should give him some punishment or rectify him. That is not criticism. And sometimes we have to change the word. This man is not perfect in this job, so you are changing so that is naturally your swadharma. It is your sadharma that you have to perform that way. You know what happened? Ma Sardamani Devi said, don't find fault with others. Then one brahmachari who was in charge of our kitchen in a big ashrama in Bangalore. So he was there in charge of that kitchen, and then slowly the in charge found that we give that this much rice for 3 days, this much oil, this much. But in one day only it is finished. Again they are giving. After some time he noticed too much of expenses. So why suddenly it has increased? The same number of people eating, but why the quantity you have? Then he said, no, they take it home, right? They're taking home, the cooks, they're taking something, and he won't criticize them. He noticed it. And he won't tell it to anyone, thinking that is a criticism. Then the Swami told, no, it is not criticism. This is your duty to see that everyone is working perfectly. And you should do that. That is your sadharma. When you are in charge of this, to see that it is going on perfectly, that is your dharma. If you don't do that, then it is adharma. A soldier is killing, but he is not committing any sin by that. But a dacoit is killing, it's a sin. A soldier, this is his duty to fight for his country, and if he thinks, oh, innocent person, maybe he is having his wife and children, he should not kill, then what will happen? So that is, we have to understand Swadharma, very clear about it. Swadharme nidhanam sreya, paradharma bhayava. If the soldier goes into the front and then takes a japamala and start meditation and taking, then what will happen? So that is, we have to understand that. Thank you. Good question. Yes, please.
As you mentioned about maintaining a thought diary at night, and what is the process of eliminating thought diary? I was not clear about that. After maintaining the thought diary.
See, now what is my goal? My goal is to realize God. And how I can realize God? I'm using the word God. Actually, it is Brahman. Now, God we can understand, so I'm using the word. So, I have to realize the Brahman or the God. And the problem to realize that, my desire. Now, if I am going on writing, one type of desire, so it will be coming again and again, every day almost, it is crossing my mind. I must be careful about that. So this is the thing again and again coming in my mind. So I circle that and try to first eradicate, minimize. And then second, then the third. Then I know even without desire I can be a good person in the society. There's no problem for me. But slowly if you are doing that, when you are retiring from your job, active life, it will be easy for you to control your mind. So that is the preparation should be from the beginning itself. So I thought that we must note down what is our weaknesses. And those weaknesses we must have to be careful. Desire is the bondage for God realization. So what are the desires? It's not necessary, first eradicate those. And second, this type of desire is necessary because I have to continue my life. So minimize those. Not eradication, minimizes. And some of the things I have to continue because without that I cannot survive. But I'm sure that I'm not going to be bound by that. The showing love and compassion for my grandchildren, that is not natural. For children, natural, but not too much of it. So that will be a problem. Yes.
What is the process of eradication?
Eradication means again and again thinking that I am not going to repeat it, I am not going to do it. Those who are smokers, those who smoke, then afterwards, when they try to give it up, first thing they do, those who smoke, they will never look at them. Because the moment they see somebody is lighting the cigarette, immediately this impression will come, oh. So you should not look at them. And then you should not keep the cigarette or like that type of thing close to you, near you. And otherwise, you can also try with some chewing gum and that, so that the secretion will stop it. This is the way the doctors they advise, isn't it? To overcome. Similarly, we have to go beyond that desires. So let us say Shanti 3 times and we conclude. So repeat after me. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. 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 Hari Om. Hari Om. Friends, as you know that we publish an e-zine, an electronic magazine called Chicago Calling. Now from 2014, every 3 months, we are publishing, we're going on. So if you go online, and you can read over there, and few of the copies we keep, if it is possible, you can pick it up also. That will be a great help. In this issue, this is, I think, 41 issue. Here, the one of our Mataji, she has written an article that how the two is becoming one. She has given a beautiful picture, I think, a photo from a temple in South India, Rameshwaram. And from the distance, if you see, in the horizon, the two parallel is going and meeting in one. The Vedanta is one. Though we start with two, I and the God, then it goes parallel like a real line. But in the horizon, when we reach there, it is one. Very nicely, she gave that Vedantic concept. You will like that idea. Please read it. And second, and our Ganges retreat is coming up, 17, 18, 19. It is almost full, but those who are, you have not registered yet, but interested to go, please register. So it will be easy for our volunteers to allocate the rooms and the seats and arranging the food. So that will be helpful. These two, and that's all. Thank you. Thank you. And there's a prasad is there, lunch prasad. Please don't go away. Go down, take lunch, and talk with each others. You know that I was getting the opportunity in Andaman to go to have the dinner with the VVIPs, like the President of India, Prime Minister. And there the system I liked. They will never allow you to sit with your own people. They will put you with other people so that you become friends. So the husband is here, wife is there, and previously they used to take their plate and sit in one place. Then the officers will come, no. You have enough time talking each other. Now, talk to the unknown people and develop friendship. Please develop friendship with others and the same type of mentalities. Here, all very good people, and you will feel like a family, extended, big family. Thank you.